Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe folks, comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank you folks for watching, liking, and sharing my videos. You people are the absolute best. Before we get into the video, yes, this is a hair bump on my chin. I know you trolls are going to go at me in the comments. I already know it's coming, and I'm prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. I like jokes. Go ahead, let them fly. Let them fly. Go ahead, just let them fly. You know what I'm saying? I love the trolls. So, my Twitter is YoungJ000, that's 3 zeros. Go ahead, let the jokes fly. Meme it up. Hit me some memes, some gifts as well. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I love to laugh, and I love the jokes. I know y'all gonna come after me, but hey, I gotta put my face on this camera, okay? Because I gotta grind, and I gotta get into this jet talk. So now that that's done and said, okay, that's out the way. I already gave you trolls your time. I'll be going through your comments. Comment down below. I'll be seeing it. I'll go back and forth with you about it. All right. Now I want to get into some jet talk. I want to talk about this team, and I want to talk about a topic that was kind of swimming around in my head yesterday. And it was, what rookie has the most pressure this year to have an impact immediately? Kind of went back and forth with some people, and there was a lot of different, opinions, a lot of different discussions from a lot of people saying, hey, this is a guy that I think has some pressure. This is a guy that I think has a lot of pressure. And, my takes was kind of straight down the line, to be absolutely honest with you. When I looked at the class, and I know that there's a lot of different arguments to be had, but for me, my number one guy that I think has to have an impact his rookie year is Mekhi Becton. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, it's Mekhi Becton for me. And the reason why I think he has to have the most impact in the rookie class is because there is no answer at left tackle if he doesn't work out. That's the God's honest truth. There's no answer at left tackle at all. George Fant he's not a very good left tackle. I'm worrying about him just playing right side if Mekhi does end up starting at left tackle, which I think he should. But I have some concerns about him starting a right tackle if we end up starting him, because I don't think he's a very good tackle, period. But if Becton does not work out and things just don't pan for him, we are going to be in a world of hurt. And it's because the domino effect of what happened if he's not able to get himself settled and play solidly at this level. And the domino effect becomes Sam. That's going to be the first domino to fall. He's not going to be protected yet again for another year. He's going to take a bunch of shots. He may regress his skill set. They already talk about his feet work and stuff like that. It's pretty hard to have solid feet work in this league if you have people, just screaming down on you every single week. If you're getting hit every single week, if you're running for your life every single week, yes, your footwork is going to regress. Yes, your mechanics aren't necessarily going to be on point 100% of the time because you don't have time for that stuff. So we could see the regression of that. Also, the regression of the offense could go with it too, just as a whole, because the ball's not going to be able to get out of anywhere. But I also think a point that people don't talk about is the regression, of the running game and the impact on Le'Veon Bell too. Our running game was not great last year. But man, if Mekhi Becton can't open up holes on that left side, if he just does not pan, we're going to be in a world of hurt. We really are going to be in a world of hurt. So I want you folks to comment down below. Give me your top 3 guys. I want to get your top 3 guys that you think have to have an impact immediately in this rookie class. Have us get going and really give us a boost this year. So comment down below. I'm going to go back and forth to you folks in the comments about that. But my second guy, and I think it's kind of, for me, it's 1A, 1B. And here's why. My second guy is Mims. And I know people are going, well, Mekhi Becton's a left tackle. I get that. And I understand that. That was my take as well. To me, it was kind of a no-brainer. Mekhi has to be a guy that pans. But for me, Mims is also a guy that I look at and I say, well, you look at our receiving core with like Brashad Perriman, Dotson, Braxton Berrios, so on and so forth. Outside of all those guys, the only guy that you could look at is like decent, that we could sort of rely on in a sense as a wide receiver is Crowder. But Crowder is honestly a slot wide receiver. He's not a number 1. He's not a number 2. He is a slot wide receiver. So when you look at these other guys, again, Dotson, who's a first round bust, Rashad Perryman, who's coming off of a decent couple of games last year, but I mean, he's a first round bust as well. And I'm saying to myself, Mims has been brought in. Robbie Anderson departed. Loved Robbie when he was here. Valued everything he did for us. He went somewhere else. Got his money and got paid. I wish him absolutely nothing but the best. But that was the closest that we had to a number one. He's gone. And honestly, he wasn't a number one either. He was more of like a number two. He's gone, and Mims is brought in. And Mims is brought into a situation where he kind of falls into where he's got to be a number one wide receiver. He's got to produce as a number one here. Because if he doesn't, then who will? Honestly, who will? And we play a lot of great teams this year. And I'm looking at these teams coming in with these defenses with really good corners, really good secondaries as a whole, honestly. And guys are going to have to get open. And if they can't get open, if they can't beat some of these coverages, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. And so I'm looking at Mims, a guy that, again, we got in the second round, which was a steal in my mind because I did not think he was going to be where we drafted him. And I'm saying, this kid, he's got to come in and give us some solid production. And that's when the wheels really started turning and saying, ooh, could the expectations for him be too high? Are we asking Mims to come in his rookie year and give us, 900 to 1,000 yards? Is that what you folks expect of him as well as a rookie? You bringing him in, you saying he's got to be a number one and he's got to, make these plays. I don't know if you can necessarily expect a rookie to give you that type of production his first year. On average, rookies don't really get 1,000 yards their first year. So I'm just wondering, what kind of, expectations do most people have on him? But I do know that he has to have an impact, and it's got to be significant. It's got to be something, where he's coming in, he's the guy that's getting open. At some point in the season, maybe he turns into the focal point of the offense, as far as within the receiving core. So here's a guy that I really think that right behind Becton is a guy that, hey, we've got to have some impact from him his rookie year. We've got to. We've really, really got to. And so moving on from him, again, comment down below. Let me know what you folks think about that. What are your expectations on Mims? Do you think he's a guy? Where's he ranked on your list? Is he number two? Because to me, he's number two on my list. So to move on from him, I want to go to my number three. And I know it just seems like I'm kind of going down, but for me, my number three is Ashtyn Davis. And this is why. This is why it's Ashtyn Davis for me. One, we need secondary help really, really badly, particularly corner help, but Ashtyn can move around. But his impact as, maybe in these three safety, sets that Greg Williams is going to run could greatly, help the weakness of our secondary. If he's a guy that can come in and play solid in coverage, and I know he's not necessarily a corner, but if he can play solid in coverage, that is going to be huge for us. It's going to be huge because we have so many question marks at corner. So if you can put him out there in a three safety package where he can come out and do a solid job in coverage. I'm not asking him to be a world beater. That's not rookies, often struggle a little bit here and there. But if he could be solid in coverage, that's going to go a long way for us, and it's going to go a long way for our secondary. Whoa. Because, again, we're still trying to figure things out. That number two corner spot, there's a hole there. And we're looking to see how that hole is going to be filled. So if Ashtyn can come in and be solid, hell, even if they put him at corner at times where he can, do some things over there and hold his own, I think that goes a long ways for our secondary. But there's also kind of a little caveat to that too, because I know there's a lot of people that are not talking about this, but you got Adams looking for a contract. You also got May looking for a contract as well. And this could be pivotal for our future. If Ashtyn Davis does pan and he comes in and he gives us really good production and we're like, okay, this is a kid that we can move forward with, that allows you to, say, okay, well, if I want to move on from Adams because he's asking for too much, I got Ashtyn Davis. He's a guy that can come in, be solid. We're not going to fall off of a cliff as far as not have a safety. Okay, we can keep this kid. We can move on from Adams. There's also another way you can go as well, which again, Ashtyn Davis does play a lot of cover safety stuff like that. You can look at May and say, look, we love you. You're a great player. You're a great safety. You're a great cover safety. But we're giving Adams all this cash. I don't know if we can afford you too, player. Like, I don't know if we can afford you to. We don't want to, put that much money into the safety position. I don't know about this one, player. I don't know about this one. You know what I'm saying? We might have to move on from you and, allow Ashton Davis to kind of fill your role. And we'll take that money and go elsewhere, whether it be pass rusher, whether it be continuing to bolster the offense, whatever it is. Maybe that keeps you out of, implementing so much money into that safety position on your team. So I want you folks to comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. What did you think about my top three, rookies that I think should come in, and we're going to be asking to have a lot of impact their rookie year, or there's going to be a lot of pressure on them to have impact their rookie year. Who are your top three? Do you think the expectations are too high for some of these rookies as well? What do you actually expect out of them? So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.